Hebrews. This is Prophets of Awakening. This is our evening Sabbath class, closing out the Sabbath on the 19th of November, 2022. We'll be later on, the topic in the class to be the Book of Lamentation. We're going to read from that. I'm asking everybody to go to our YouTube channel, Prophets of Awakening, and check out our videos. We have a lot of videos and that is given, and the videos will connect dots for you and bring you into the truth of the Holy Scriptures. If you like what you're hearing and receiving, I'm asking you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. For those that don't know, this is a non-Messianic channel. We deal with the Tanakh and the Torah. Tanakh is the Old Testament, and the Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament that was given to Moses on Mount Sinai. Shalom and welcome to Prophets of Awakening, and welcome to our evening Shabbat class. We're going to do a moment of silence, evening Sabbath prayer, close out the Sabbath, Psalms, and we do a current events, a little need to know information. We'll open it up for some Q&A, then we'll go into the reading out of the Book of Lamentation. Okay? So, with that being said, this moment of silence for the Lord of hosts and all that he's doing to bring about our prophesied deliverance from the lands of our enemies, the Gentiles. Oh Lord, we come before thee at the closing of your Sabbath, thanking you for your mercy and your great power. We appreciate you, O Lord, for your patience and guidance in these last days. Oh Lord, we thank you for your awakening of us to this great understanding of your word. We come before you that you keep, direct, and guide us through the upcoming week. Okay? Oh Lord, for there are trials and pestilence and mayhem at every turn in these last days. Oh Lord, we see your mighty hand in the world's affairs and how you are constructing your people's deliverance. And we trust and rely upon thee. And for this cause, we honor and respect you greatly. Turn not thy face from us, but allow us in our searching of you to find you, O Lord, and to dwell with you. Peace be unto you. Okay. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Okay. What's up, Markel? Okay, so with that being said, I was going to go into the read the song right quick. Okay. Okay. I'm going to read Psalm 67. It's Psalm of one of David's chief musicians, Niganoff. Psalm 67, let all the people praise thee. God is merciful on us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us. Selah, that the way may be known upon the earth. Thy saving help among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O God, and let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon the earth. Selah, let the people praise thee, O God, and let all the people praise thee. Okay. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. Okay. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. Okay. Anybody got any comments on that? Okay. I'm gonna say shalom, sister. Okay. We're going to some current events right quick. A couple of current events I got.
And run after the shiny object. So for us, invisible hand with that knowledge. So as young people, you are being influenced by these NGOs who pay you to go toy. Toy is when you run up and down the streets. That's what we say down south. Before you pay to go toy and demonstrate in order to further their agenda, remember, you are being used as an instrument of your own self-destruction. Only can protect you as your elders is through knowledge. To say stop. You know that NGO that seems very nice. You know that missionary who seems very nice. They're not nice at all. They're here for another agenda. Have you ever wondered why is it that towards elections of most countries, so many NGOs come into the country? And theirs is to divide. So let's have this frank conflict for the children. I remember talking to one young man, I would mention what his name or his country, but he said he was called to some embassy, foreign embassy, I would mention which embassy, but the question posed to him was, what can we do to help you help your people to defend their freedom? What can we do? He was a missionary. What can help your people to defend their freedom? And the guy says, well, I didn't think they needed, they didn't have their freedom. But that's how they bring you in. If he was foolish enough, he would have thought, oh, this European nation is calling me, I must be special. But no, this one ran to the president and told them, this is what they're trying to do to me. Too many of us are being wooed in with people who have a different agenda. Very reluctantly, he pointed at the black one. Now, the same young boy who thinks he's ugly, he thinks he's mean, is going to grow up to be the next CEO of a Fortune 500 company. He's going to grow up to be the next prime minister, president. He's going to grow up to be the next member of parliament or minister. Garbage in, garbage out. This young boy is defeated before the game even begins. Sadly, that is the truth about some of our 500 billion coming out of Africa.
Okay, so if you didn't know who that was Dr. Eric Cannon. And so the reason I was playing that was that you just, I mean, she's like they say, follow the money. So she go in and out, just see her for a while, and then she just disappear, no videos. And then when she pop back up, you know, she pop back up on us with some videos. And what I noticed about it is every time she go in and then when she come back, something major start happening with the diaspora, which is so-called African diaspora, which we know is Israelites. There's always some major start going down. She's in and out. Okay, so like I said, keep your eyes on that. So I got one more.
Men.
The grip that social media has on women's minds. I see a lot of videos of girls saying like, "Oh, it's so hard having a natural body out here when BBLs are taking over." Da, da, da.
No, it's actually not taking over like that because it costs a lot of money. You know, the average woman don't have that kind of money to spend on no freaking plastic surgery. Many times before, you can look it up. The Brazilian butt lift is a dangerous plastic surgery that you can actually get. And the reason is because if that particular doctor that you're using, if they do not inject, you know, that probe in the right place and they hit a vein and it goes, that fat itself goes up there and travels to your heart, you're dead instantly. Then the last BBL story we covered is that one of them went to the Dominican Republic and thought they was getting this deal for $3,200, ended up getting their kidney taken away from them. So no, it's not really a craze I'm talking about. And when women see other women getting likes and men lusting for them on social media, they really think that's attention. That is not attention. Men lusting and saying how a girl looks, that's just for what it is. It's a look. It's not what a man really wants for his woman to be. Like, you just so, you know, got that mess so big, you're so wide with that stuff going all over the place, and you thinking that's what a normal woman looks like. No man know the difference today between a freaking a stripper or just a regular woman. The way y'all looking, because all y'all trying to look like strippers.
It's not really like that. Like, yeah, on social media, they're getting a lot of attention. Maybe guys are sleeping with them, but nobody's marrying them.
Exactly. Why aren't they marrying them? Because a man feels a certain kind of way about his wife. A man knows that your wife is going to be a reflection of you. So if men see your wife looking like that, they're going to be looking at you like, why he got with her? Because in a man's moment it is. And you looking like a simp at that point being with her.
As a beautician, I can tell you what my clientele looks like. All of my clients with the natural bodies, the tiny women, and even women that are overweight, all of those clients are engaged or married. My clients who are curvy, got the BBL body, those are the ones that are single and struggling for a healthy, good relationship. So,
Yeah, the BBL purge got to happen now. You know, the BBL, you can reverse that. You can reverse it. You can go tell them to, hey, take some of this mess out. Some of y'all do that surgery is too ridiculous. That's what it is. Listen, you can go to a particular doctor and say, listen, yes, okay, I may be flat as a pancake. I may be. I do want something back there, but can you do it in a way I look natural, where it doesn't look like somebody can look at me and tell I even have that? It looks just something natural that will be proportioned to my particular body. And if you request that doctors can do that, it's nothing with some of the things y'all doing. And then some of you doing it, and your legs in proportion to that, what you got as well. You can get your legs look real skinny, some of them. It looks weird. It looks very weird. But as you heard, all the women that don't have all that got husbands, fiancés, boyfriends. But the women that have all this surgery, pay all this money thinking they go get a man, and they can't get one. You hearing it from a woman that deal with women every day.
Don't let social media fool you. You was pulling men with the body that you had before the BBL era happened, and you still will be. Like, get out your feelings. It's not.
Yes, women been getting men for thousands upon thousands of years before the invention of plastic surgery. She's 100% right.
Not as deep as you think that it is. Like, men not that crazy over BBLs how you think that they are. Y'all, the women are crazy over the BBLs.
There you go. There you go. Right what she just said. The women is crazy over the BBLs. The women loves the look of a BBL. And like that sister said before, and I'll never forget that. She said y'all doing these things to impress other women, and a lot of y'all women is on this lesbian energy, whether y'all think y'all are or not. Why are y'all investing so much of your time to make sure to look good to other women or to one up other women? Why? You should be focusing that attention on men, not women. But today, we got all these women walking around with studs. We have that. I mean, why don't you just get a man? Why would you get a stud? I don't get that.
Men, like, it's cool. Yeah, they'll probably sleep with them, but they're not finna marry that. So just relax and love yourself. Like you are enough. You don't need a BBL to secure a man, secure a relationship.
Standards are very, very low when it comes to sleeping with a woman. Let's call it what it is. But when it comes to marrying somebody and, okay, this is about to be my wife, not too many of those men is going to marry someone like that, because it just also the attention that comes with that, unnecessary attention that comes from the wrong type of guys that he may have to be checking when he or dealing with that kind of attention if you just who you were. Now, of course, they got some women that bodies are naturally like that. Listen, if it's naturally like that, a man don't have an issue, because that's who you naturally are. But when you do all this extra mess and it looks extra, because you can tell the difference when a woman do something extra versus when it's something natural on her. You know what I'm saying? Men don't want to deal with that. So, ladies, if you really want a husband, why don't you do plastic surgery in here? You talking about surgery? Do the surgery inside. Work on your character. Work on your personality. Why don't you spend all the money you're gonna spend on a BBL? You know, they're spending thousands of dollars on plastic surgery, but none of them spending money on a cooking class. Well, why don't you spend money and go to culinary school? I would love to see that become the craze, that you taking that money and going to culinary school so you can learn how to cook for your family. Men, wouldn't you rather see that be the craze? Is that all the women are going to the cook, the school, getting the church for BBLs? I know you men want.
Okay. Any comments on that?
I think it has become so much of a competition between women.
Right.
With what he said, even with getting it done and then having it reversed, that's still dangerous. You should not do it at all. I don't know if you all know T.I. Tiny's wife, but she has done that. She had some work done and it just did not fit her. Now she has reversed that, where her hips is smaller and her butt is smaller. Like, to keep going under the knife like that is just not healthy. And as far as spending money like on cooking classes and so forth, we were taught that coming up. Now they want a nanny, they want a somebody, a chef to come in and cook for them and all of that. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's all backwards right now when it comes to us as Black women, when we are naturally, great the way we are.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like you said, be off course. You do something. So I'm gonna open it up for some Q&A. Anybody got any questions about some of the information that they heard coming across the airways, or anything they came across in their research? They want to bring up any questions or some information they want to divulge? Okay, I'm gonna play this right here. Then we're gonna go into the Book of Lamentations. I'll read out of that.
This awakening is wild phenomenon with lies, infiltration, division, disputings, which all serve as spiritual flame retardants, but the fire is too powerful to extinguish. The lies and the deception will cause many to flicker and discount what is right before their eyes, but yet the fire still rages out of control. They will deny the strangeness and the timeliness of our eyes being open, but yet the blaze keeps getting higher and higher. The deception is so thick that even the very elect can, if it were possible. But that has no power of the flame that is burning deep and hot. The infiltration comes in all shapes, colors, and sizes because so many want to hijack our awakening for their very own personal gain. Yet the heat of this blazing fire is spreading through all of the jive. Everyone wants the crown of glory, but they don't want the tribulation that comes along with it. Even with the tribulation, the real children of the kingdom are walking through the flames and burning through the stubble of all nations. The division that is being caused is because of our need to try to fit in with the plan of the deceivers, who all took crafty counsel against us to conceal our true identity. We don't want to leave them behind. You know, the blind who always find time to rewind time back to the days of our oppression. But even with that, enough of us are awake to fan the flames and keep this wildfire raging and out of control. It will not be contained. The disputings come from the religious Trojan horses from within who continue to tarnish the awakening. But the flames are just too powerful to be overpowered by the spiritually powerless. The many flame retardants being doused on this awakening are like trying to extinguish a house fire with a water pistol. It's not going to happen because the decree has already been set by the Most High Yah, and his word shall not return void. The powers that be are working day and night to try to diminish this awakening with every bit of propaganda their evil hearts can imagine. They will not extinguish this flame, but this flame will continue to rage on. Their deeds only fan the flames. The smoke and the flames will continue to rise as the eyes of Yahuwah's prize continue to come open and realize all of the lies of our enemies. Kwam Yashrala, arise, O Israel, for your time, and they that hate us have lifted up their heads. They can counsel, but now they're adjourned. And this fire is raging against them. We shall be like a flame, and they shall be like stubble, and cannot be contained.
Okay. Any comments on that?
I don't know if anyone else thinks of this like what I'm going to say, but I think it is really, something that we are able to witness and be able to live through some of these prophecies that are happening right now.
Right.
Uh, Man, it's something. It's happening. And the awakening, it can't be stopped. It cannot be stopped.
Okay. Is that something? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Right. With that being said, I got
Christ that they keep on saying he is. I'm probably going to say it wrong, but that first part, the show that. I mean, do not be thrown off by this guy. This guy is doing, a lot of signs and wonders. I mean, for real, he really is what they're saying. But and the Bible says the Antichrist will. I'm not going to label him as the Antichrist, but I'm also tired of people saying it's Trump or Biden or Obama that's the Antichrist. The Bible clearly states it is someone from the Middle East. I mean, if you truly study the Bible. But this name is an Aramaic name meaning child prodigy. I thought that was a little interesting there. But we are going to check this out. This was October 25th. This person here said the doctors didn't give any hope for me. But of course, they're putting hope in this guy. Had some, I don't know how to say this, but was born with this, and it's a inherited connective tissue disorder found in 1 out of 60,000 live births. So, and it also results in death in infancy. This child, well, actually, I think it is an adult now, was handicapped with weak limbs and survived his early childhood and transferred to regular school, even skipped a grade due to um, intelligence, is the way it's putting it. But gained a relationship with this guy and said 13 years he had been the hand of Hajim daily. The doctors spoke of days, maximum weeks, but I see every day how Hajim has organized my life. When you see the puzzle from above, you understand how Hajim has done so much kindness for me beyond natural means. This guy has been doing so many things between miracles. People pretty much, um, just worshiping him almost. So I'm going to mute that because it's kind of loud, but there's just so much going on with this guy, my friends. There's a lot of videos on here, and for a while it was kind of hard to find videos. I mean, this one was 2 years ago. We got one that was 10 days ago. One thing I want to bring up, a lot of people are bringing up old news. They are bringing up old news, but also there's been so much news going on that it's kind of hard to keep up with. So people kind of blowing the alarm on this now. I'm not really going to criticize them for it because I do think it's something that people need to keep their eyes on with it's crazy the things that they're now. There was another one. This one was 10 days ago.
Okay. That was supposed to be so-called, I had a little computer glitch right there for a minute, but that's supposed to be, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the so-called, they saying the Antichrist. what had happened on that, I didn't get to it, but he started reading out of Daniel chapter 11. And I showed you we had 3 or 4 classes this week, about Daniel chapter 11. And we know that ain't the Antichrist. That's Antioch Epiphanes. He already came, but he was reading out of he went to Daniel chapter 11, started reading from there. So that's to show you just how far we had a critical time in our history, and this is the kind of stuff that we being hoodwinked with. but it was set up a long time ago. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I was going to read out of the book of I was going to read out of Lamentations. And my reason I decided to read out of Lamentations because we had our temple destroyed. Solomon's temple was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar, and all kind of discomfort with the Israelites went on because they couldn't imagine. They never imagined that their temple was going to get destroyed. And so then when Antioch Epiphanes came and the temple was destroyed, they laminated again. So you have more than one set of lamentations. But because of what they're doing and the way they constructed this King James Bible to try to lead you to the New Testament, they got everybody thinking that the lamentations that's in here is the lamentations after, they got it right after Lamentations, right after Jeremiah. So they got you thinking that these lamentations that these people are lamenting is over the temple that Solomon had built. But it's actually the temple that Zerubbabel had built was destroyed. And the Greeks that came and totally destroyed it. And so when I started reading it, you're going to see that because there's certain points in there that let you know that this is after the second temple, Zerubbabel temple, was destroyed. Let me start reading. I'm in Lamentations, chapter 1. Okay, it says, how do the city sit solitary that was full of people? How will she become as a widow, she that was great among the nations and princess among the provinces? How is she become a tributary? She wept sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheek. Among all her lovers, she have none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. So we're going to go back up to verse 1. It says, how do the city sit solitary that was full of people, right? We know that Jeremiah tell you it was two baskets of figs. It was a good basket. It was good Israelites and wicked ones. And the Most High left the wicked ones there. So it can't be that. The city ain't solitary. Then we know that the good fig was taken to Babylon. So I keep reading, it says, she that was great among the nations, that princesses among the providences. So during the time when Nebuchadnezzar came, there were no providences. Israel wasn't no providence. It's after Nebuchadnezzar came. And then the Medes and Persians came, Cyrus had 172 providences. So we see right here, this is during the time, this lamentation is during the time with Zerubbabel, because Israel was under the control of the Medes and Persians, and they had providences. That's where the 10 tribes is at, and over with Esther. They was in the providence where the Assyrian providence, because of Cyrus and Nebuchadnezzar had conquered all those countries and put them under their guidance and supervision. So anyway, I'm picking back up in verse 3. Judah is gone into captivity because of the affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast. All our gates are desolate. See that? All our gates are desolate. Her priests sigh. Her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. Her adversaries are the chief. Her enemies prosper, for the Lord hath afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Her children are gone into captivity before the enemy, and from the daughter of Zion all her beauty is departed. Her princesses are become like harts that find no pasture, and they are gone without strength before the pursuers. Jerusalem remembered in the days of her affliction and all her miseries, all her pleasant things that she had in the days of old, when her people fled into the hands of the enemy, and none did help. The adversary saw her and did mock at her Sabbath. Jerusalem have grievously sinned Therefore she is removed. All that honor her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness. Yea, she sigheth and turneth backwards. Her filthiness is in her skirt. She remembereth not her last end. Therefore she came down wonderfully. She had no comforter. O Lord, behold my affliction, for the enemy hath magnified himself. The adversary hath spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things. For she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into the congregation. All the people sigh, they seek bread. They have given their pleasant things for meat to relieve the soul. See, O Lord, and consider, for I am become vile. It is nothing to you, all ye that pass by. Behold, and see if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow which is done unto me, wherewith the Lord have afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. For from above have he sent fire into my bones, and it prevaileth against them. He hath spread a net for my feet. He hath turned me back. He hath made me desolate. Abomination that maketh desolate. And faint all that day. The yoke of my transgressions is bound by his hand. They are wreathed and come up upon my neck. He hath made my strength to fail. The Lord hath delivered me into their hands, for whom I am not able to rise up. The Lord hath trodden underfoot all my mighty men in the midst of me. He hath called his assembly against me to crush my young men. The Lord hath trodden the virgin, the daughter of Judah, as in a winepress. For these things I weep. My eyes runneth down with water, because the comforter that should relieve my soul is far from me. My children are desolate because of the enemy prevail. Zion spreadeth forth her hands, and there is none to comfort her. The Lord hath commanded concerning Jacob that his adversary shall be round about him. Jerusalem is a minstrous woman among them. The Lord is righteous, for I have rebelled against his commandments. Hear, I pray you, and all people, and behold my sorrow. My virgins and my young men are gone into captivity. I called for my lovers, but they deceived me. My priests and my elders gave up the ghosts in the city, while they sought their meat to relieve their souls. Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. My heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled. Abroad, the sword breathes. At home, there is as death. They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard my trouble. They are glad that thought that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou should hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for all my transgressions. For my sighs are many, and my heart is faint. So that was Lamentations verse 1. You can see right there that this is not after Nebuchadnezzar came in and sacked Jerusalem. This is after the Greeks and Antioch Epiphanes, when the nation of Israel came to an end, right? And the Edomites came in and killed the remnant. So there was nobody left. And we was reading at the end of chapter 1, of Lamentations, where they said that the priests and everybody left. They fled. That's when they fled into Africa. The remnant, they fled into Africa, and that's where they found us at in 1619. And they came to get us to be slaves. Any comments so far? Okay, I'm gonna read chapter 2, Zion under judgment. How have the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remembered not his footstool in the day of his anger. The Lord hath swallowed up all the habitation of Jacob, and have not pity He hath thrown down in his wrath the stronghold of the daughter of Judah. He hath brought them down to the ground. He hath polluted the kingdom and the princes thereof. He hath cut off in his fierce anger all the horn of Israel. You see that? It's all the horn. This ain't no two baskets of figs. He threw them for, this is what Daniel told us. His indignation that came to a fool. So verse 3 says, he hath cut off in his fierce anger all the horn of Israel. He hath drawn back his right hand from before the enemy, and he hath burned against Jacob like a flaming fire which devours round about. He hath bit his bow like an enemy. He hath stood with his right hand as the adversary, and slew all that were pleasant to the eye in the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion. He poured out his fury like fire. The Lord was as an enemy. He hath swallowed up Israel. He hath swallowed up all her palaces. He hath destroyed his strongholds, and hath increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentation. And he hath violently taken away his tabernacle. It is. He hath violently taken away his tabernacle, as if it were of a garden. He hath destroyed his places of the assembly of the Lord, have caused the solemn feast and the Sabbath to be forgotten in Zion. He hath despised in his indignation for his anger, the king and the priest. That's the two anointed ones. 7, the Lord hath cast off his altar. He hath abhorred his sanctuary. He hath given up into the hands of the enemy the walls of her palaces. They have made a noise in the house of the Lord, as in the day of a solemn feast. The Lord hath proposed to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. He hath stretched out a line. He hath not withdrawn his hand from destroying. Therefore he made the ramparts and the walls to lament. They languish together. Okay? Her gates are sunk into the ground. He hath destroyed and broken her bars. Her king and her princes are among the Gentiles. See that? Gentiles is the Greeks, the third beast, right? And check this out. The law is no more, right? They had a law when they went into Babylon. The law is no more. And her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. So we know that Daniel is a prophet, Ezekiel is a prophet. They was in captivity in Babylon. They having dreams and visions. It's after the Greeks came and destroyed Zerubbabel's temple. It's saying right here, verse 9, her gates are sunk into the ground. He hath destroyed and broken her bars. Her king, her princes are among the Gentiles. The law is no more, and her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. The elders of the daughter of Zion sit upon the ground and keep silent. They have cast up dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgin of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. My eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled. My liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the suckling swoon in the streets of the city. They say to their mothers, where is corn and wine? When they swoon as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul was poured out into their mother's bosom. What things shall I take to witness for thee? What things shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I equal to thee that I may comfort thee, O virgin daughter of Zion? For thy breach is great like the sea. Who can heal thee? Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and cause of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for, we have found, we have seen it. The Lord have done that which he had devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and have not pitied, and he hath caused thy enemies to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thy adversaries. Their heart cried unto the Lord. O wall of the daughter of Zion, let tears run down like a river day and night. Give thyself no rest. Let not the apple of thine eye cease. Arise, cry out in the night, in the beginning of the watches. Pour out thine heart like water before the face of the Lord. Lift up thy hands toward him for the life of thy young children that faint for hunger in the tops of every street. Behold, O Lord, and consider to whom thou hast done this. Shall the woman eat their fruit, and the children of a span long? Shall the priest and the prophet be slain in the sanctuary of the Lord? The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. Thou hast called, as in solemn day, my terror round about, so that in the day of the Lord's anger none escape, none remain. See it right there? That's how we know this ain't Babylon, because he left a remnant there. But he's saying right here, the Lord's anger, none escaped, none remained. There was no remnant. Those that I have swallowed and brought up have my enemies consumed. Okay, that was chapter 2 of Lamentation. Any comments? Okay, I'm gonna read one more chapter, chapter 3. I am the man that have seen affliction by the rod of his wrath. He have led me and brought me into darkness, but not in the light. Surely against me is he turned. He turned his hand against me all the day. My flesh and my skin have he made old. He have broken my bones. He have builded against me. He compassed me with gall and travail. He have set me in a dark place, as they that be dead of old. He have hedged me about, that I cannot get out. He have made my chains heavy. Also, when I cry and shout, he shutteth out my prayer. He have enclosed my ways with huge stones. He have made my paths crooked. He was unto me as a bear lying in wait, and as a lion in the secret places. He have turned aside my ways and pulled me in pieces. He have made me desolate. He have bent his bow and set me as a mark for the arrow. He have caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins. I was a derision to all my people, and their song all the day. He have filled me with bitterness. He have made me drunken with wormwood. He have also broken my teeth with gravel stones. He have covered me with ashes, and thou hast removed my soul far from peace. I forgot prosperity, and I said, my strength and my hope is perished from the Lord. Remember mine affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall. My soul have them still in remembrance, and is humble in me. Thus I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. It is of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassion fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, said my soul, therefore will I hope in him. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth. He sitteth alone and keepeth silent, because he hath borne it upon him. He hath put his mouth in the dust. If so be there may be hope. He giveth his cheek to him, okay, that smiteth him. He feel full with reproach, for the Lord will not cast off forever. But though he cause grief, yet will he have compassion, according to the multitude of his mercy. For he doeth not afflict willingly, nor grieve the children of men, to crush under his feet all the prisoners of the earth, to turn aside the right of men before the face of the Most High, to subvert a man in his cause, the Lord approveth not. Who is he that saith, and is coming to pass when the Lord commandeth it not? Out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good. Wherefore doeth a living man complain, a man for a punishment of his sins? Let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord. Let us lift up our hearts with our hands unto the God in the heavens. We have transgressed and have rebelled. Thou hast not pardoned. Thou hast covered with anger and persecuted us. Thou hast slain. Thou hast not pitied. Thou hast covered thyself with a cloud, that our prayers should not pass through. Thou hast made us as the offscourging and refused in the midst of the people. All our enemies have opened their mouths against us. Fear and snare is come upon us, desolation and destruction. Mine eyes runneth down with the rivers of water for the destruction of the daughter of my people. Mine eyes trickle down and ceaseth not without any intermission. Till the Lord look down and behold from heaven. Mine eyes affected mine heart because of all the daughters of my city. Mine enemies chase me sore like a bird without cause. They have cut off my life in the dungeon and cast a stone upon me. Waters flowed over mine head. Then I said, I am cut off. I called upon thy name, O Lord, out of the low dungeon. Thou hast heard my voice. Hide not thine ear at my breathing and at my cry. Thou drawest near in the day that I call upon thee. Thou saidst, fear not. O Lord, thou hast pleaded the cause of my soul. Thou hast redeemed my life. O Lord, thou hast seen my wrong. Judge thou my cause. Thou hast seen all their vengeance and all their imaginations against me. Thou hast heard their reproach, O Lord, and all their imaginations against me. The lips of those that rose up against me and their devices against me all the day. Behold, they're sitting down and they're rising up. I am their music. Remember unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the works of thine hand. Give them sorrow of heart, thy curse unto them. Persecute and destroy them in anger, for under the heavens of the Lord. So that was Lamentations chapter 3. I'm gonna stop right there. Anybody got any comments? Okay. Everybody good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So like I said, we try not to go too long on the evening Sabbath class. But I was opening it up. Anybody have any comments or questions about anything they want to try to get it straight, get it right, or they want to inject something? Everybody good?
Yeah, in Lamentations 3, starting with verse 19 on
Right,
to oh man. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna say down to 30.
right,
When you really think about that, God's faithfulness,
right,
um, he's gonna do what he promised.
right.
He is gonna do what he promised. So I just want to read 22, because reading that is just, man, it
Okay,
says, it is of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. He what he say he gonna do. So his word is the truth. So that goes back to, everything that you covered, throughout the week. No matter what they try to do, they can't
right,
stop what's gonna come forth.
exactly. Yeah, like lady was talking earlier. They trying to, it's a fire burning, you know, and they're trying to put it out, but they can't put it out because
They can't put it out.
It's been years in the making, and so it's manifesting itself right now.
Yes,
right?
it
And
is.
a lot of people they're off, and they're thinking that one thing going to happen, but they have no idea what's getting ready to happen is far beyond what they think it is.
Right.
You
Right.
sure?
Oh yeah. Hallelujah.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna close out right here, but we're gonna be back on the line again at Tuesday for the Advanced Bible Study Hour on at 8 o'clock. Okay. I'm gonna let everybody. I'm gonna say shalom, shalom, and I see everybody like I said on Tuesday at 8 o'clock.